Hey there guys, welcome to the video. I'm just walking down the path of righteousness, otherwise known as Yeasley Woods, and I seem to have lost Keen. I'm not sure where he's got to. He disappeared about 10 minutes ago. Oh, what's this? Strength science and sweet potato?
That's right.
So yeah, this video we're going to be talking to you about our up and coming challenge.
Yeah.
It's like an official announcement.
That's it.
So do you want to talk us through it a little bit?
Take it away, yeah. So what we're going to be doing is 2,000, or aiming for, is 2,300 muscle ups on the rings, strict, in 24 hours. So that's what we're having a crack at. We're hoping to do it somewhere in York. It's going to be quite cold because we're doing it on the 11th of December. So it's going to be quite cold.
Bit nippy.
So yeah, we'll probably have to wrap up and get plenty of food down us. But yeah, that's it. 2,300 muscle ups in 24 hours in York somewhere on the 11th of December.
We decided to do 2,300 because this year we both turned 23, didn't we?
The big
I already
23.
turned 23 and Keen, we're going to do it on Keen's birthday, so
Yeah.
Happy birthday Keen.
Yeah, beats getting boozed up. So yeah, in terms of why we're doing it as well, I mean, really, it's pretty good to test the adversity. You know, people like Ross Edgy have inspired us to want to do things like that. So yeah, and from previous experience, it's pretty cool. Like, you know, you look at it and you're like, oh, what an idiot, but actually it's quite cool, right? It's quite enjoyable. You know, once you get past
testing the body's capabilities.
Yeah, that's it. Once you get through that initial shock, it's quite interesting. But yeah, also we're hoping to raise some money for charity when we do it as well. We're hoping to raise money for my friend's organisation, Break the Chain. He's got an organisation that works with mental health, so hopefully we'll be able to raise some money and give some support to that as well. So yeah, that pretty much sums up the conclusion, the introduction rather, I suppose.
Yeah, we'll see you in the meet.
Yeah, boy. Right then, so the training programme. Basically, it's 24 hours and we're doing 2,300, so it means that we're doing around about 1.5 muscle ups every minute for the whole 24 hours. That works out about 100 per hour, roughly. So, yeah.
It's exactly 100 per hour.
Well, that'd be 24. That would be 2,400 muscle ups, though, wouldn't it? Hey?
Oh,
Hey, yeah.
Do 100,
Yeah.
100 an hour.
Who's the mathematician now, eh? So it is going to be quite hard. This means that in our sessions we're accumulating a lot of muscle ups and quite a lot of pulls and pushes. Okay, so we'll start by just going over checkpoints that we've got for the challenge. Now, the first checkpoint we did, just to sort of see if we were like, if this was actually feasible, was we did an hour of muscle ups and see how many we could do in an hour. So we did that a few weeks ago, maybe like 3 weeks ago, 4 weeks ago. So both of us did 120 in an hour. So we were like, yeah, we can do 120 an hour, so let's crack on for this challenge. Okay, so start of last week, we started the training program, and then checkpoint 2 will be the end of this month, so the end of September. And what we're going to do for the checkpoint 2 is 2 hours in the morning of muscle ups, see how many we can get. I reckon shoot for about 300.
Consecutive, isn't it?
Consecutive. Well, not, we're going to come off the rings, I think.
Yeah, but we'll do two. Yeah, we'll do 2 hours in a.
Yeah.
Together, we won't do 1 hour and then take a break and then do another hour.
Yeah, 2 hours. Yeah, in the AM.
We're not going to do consecutive.
And then in the PM, what we'll do is we'll do another hour as well, and we're hoping for about between 120 to 150 per hour. You know, so we're well over. Well, we're quite over that boundary of 100 an hour, just under. And then finally, checkpoint 3, which we'll do at the start of November, because we'll probably take about a month to recover from this one. Will be 100 muscle ups in 1 hour, and then a 5k run in 30 minutes or under, and then repeat that for 5 rounds. So that'll be 500 muscle ups and a 25k run. So that'll be the last one, last challenge. That'll be a good day for us.
That'll be a juicy one, won't it?
Yeah. So they're the 3 checkpoints that we're kind of working through, and that's just to build up our bodies, build up our minds to be able to do the challenge itself. Obviously, it's a lot more muscle ups than that, but we're hoping that. Well, we're trusting that we'll have the minerals to crack on.
We'll have the minerals, exactly.
Yeah. So in terms of how we're actually training, I don't think we've said this already, but we will say it at some point. We're going to give you access to the document that we use to sort of assess and plan it, and also the document that we use to track it, the sessions that we do. Just, you know, in case you fancy trying one or modifying one or whatever. basically we break it up into 3 days a week. We have a patterning day, which is good form, good technique. A heavy day, which is hard, to say the least. How was it yesterday, mate?
I'd say they're all hard, to be honest.
Yeah, they are quite hard.
The patterning day has been some of the toughest stuff I've ever
I
done.
think that might be a little bit of over
You're bringing a new
expectation
word,
there.
a new meaning to the word volume.
and then finally a light day. And the way we're doing this is called, so a mesocycle is basically like the middle period of, so periodization is basically the long-term organisation and planning of training. A microcycle is like typically a week or a sort of short period. A mesocycle is like typically a month or a sort of mid-period, and then a macrocycle is kind of the full cycle itself, so like, you know, what's happening on a big scale. So each mesocycle we go through what's called linear periodization. So for week 1 we go through a build phase where it's more volume, less intensity. Week 2 we do an intensify phase where the intensity is starting to build up but the volume is starting to drop down. And then week 3 we do a transform phase, which is low volume, lower volume, higher intensity. And then week 4 is a deload. Believe me, I think we're going to need them.
We're going to need a deload week.
Yeah, the hands and everything are just knackered, aren't they? So we'll do that.
Forward to them.
Yeah, big time. Actually, be able to not sleep for 10 hours a night and still feel tired. Yeah, so that's the way we're going to run it. So it's that sort of 4-week split where it's once again build, intensify, and then transform, and then finish with a deload. And we'll be able to get about 3 cycles in before we then move on to the actual challenge itself. So we'll get 3 cycles like in, so that'll be 3 months, and then we'll do like a taper, so that we're prepped and ready, like a 12-day taper.
Yeah.
And then we'll hit the challenge hard
On the 11th.
Yeah, so that's kind of how we're going to be structuring it. As I said, there's more details on actually how we've planned it and whatnot, and what sort of set and rep schemes we use, and what sort of volume we're sticking to for each week and each workout on the sheets that we'll give you, on documents that we'll give you the links to. So really the last thing to mention on this one is how we kind of came to the programming and how we decided on what exercises and what sort of rep schemes and volume, etc. we're going to be using. And that was a needs analysis. So basically the needs analysis is where are you now, which equals A, and then where do you want to be, which equals B. Now the B for both of us is very clear and easy. We wanted to be able to do 2,300 ring muscle ups in 24 hours. That's our B. So it's really good. We've got a B. Fantastic. Then you need to figure out your A, which is often really, really hard.
Hard a bit, yeah.
Yeah. And I think for like yourself, if you're just training yourself, or if you're a PT or whatever, you're coaching, I feel like that A is something that can definitely be worked on a lot. Constantly assessing yourself or your client or whatever, I think is a really good thing to be doing, because things change. You know, whether you've had a bad night's sleep or you've been out the night before is going to make a difference for how you are on the day. So certainly finding your A and then constantly trying to understand more about your A is a really good thing, because if your B is clear and you can have as much clarity as possible on your A, then all you basically need to do is fill in the gaps. So you need to find, right, this is my A, this is my B, what do I need to have to be at B? And then what you don't have at A to what you need at B is basically the gaps that you're trying to fill. So for us, let me just find it on here. What did we have? We had things like wrist, elbow, shoulder resilience, including our skin. You know, we need to basically have like rhinoceros skin or like lizards. They need to be like crocodiles, don't you? You like crocodiles, don't you, bro?
Exactly, I love crocodiles.
Yeah,
mate.
yeah.
Another one was ability to eat.
Yeah.
Whilst training, that's one that
Yeah.
is not something you normally train much.
Yeah, no, it's not. And yeah, we're going to be burning so many calories throughout the day, so definitely, and also not having to get to the toilet all the time. It's a good shout. And among other things, guys, as well, I mean, you can have a look. We talk about qualities in the document, but basically that was a big aspect of us putting together the program and our thought process behind it. Is, you know, where are we now? A. Where do we need to be? B. And then if you can figure that out and figure out the gaps, it makes programming and makes your training a lot easier.
Recovery, guys, is just as important, if not more important, than the workout itself. Unfortunately, for us two at Strength Science and Sweet Potatoes, Vivo Life, they've been happy enough, or kindly enough, to send us some of their supplements to aid us in our training for the Muscle Up Challenge. So yeah, work hard and chill harder.
Don't forget, guys, it's night time as well, so no caffeine. So we've got a ginger lemon tea.
Ginger lemon tea, yeah.
No caffeine.
It's absolute no-go. Absolute no-go. Sleep. Sleep lots and sleep well.
Oh, look at that. Look at that. Right, here we are at the conclusion of chapter 1 of the path to 2,300 ring muscle ups.
Oh yeah.
So if you're interested in looking a little bit more into what we're doing in terms of programming and recovery and things like this, we're going to put a few documents down below. So we'll give you a biofeedback document, which we'll be filling in every month, maybe bi-weekly. We'll do it bi-weekly or monthly. See how we go. We'll also give you the document in terms of our training log, so you can see the exercise we're doing, the reps, the breakdown, etc.
If you'd like to join in with us.
Yeah, you're more than welcome to. You can obviously adapt it as well. You're happy to message us or whatever, and we can give you some modifications. Want to make it harder or easier. And finally, we'll give you the kind of assessment document and the like a periodization document that we've put together as well. So we'll give you access to look at that as well, just to see how we've done the needs analysis, how we've kind of looked at where we are now and where we need to be, and how we've broken up the 3 months of programming, so that we're peaked and ready for the challenge itself.
Like absolute gadgets.
Yeah, and also finally we'll give you a link to the Vivo Life discount as well. I think we get 30% off, so we'll give you a link to that if you fancy it, so you can get yourself some good,
Some of the good stuff.
Organic vegan protein that's, I think, carbon neutral as well, or close to, if not.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Good stuff. Very good stuff.
that's it, guys. That's the conclusion to chapter 1. So little dragonfly there. So we'll see you in chapter 2.
Yeah. See you in chapter 2.
Strength and honour.
Strength and honour.
And don't forget, eat them sweet potatoes.
Long live sweet potato.